Today we're going to take a look at a real life baby registry. We're going to check out what they have on it, maybe talk about a few things that they might be missing, and honestly just go through item by item about my thoughts and opinions. So let's go ahead and dive in and check it out.
We are first going to start off with this Harpa Baby Gate playpen. So I definitely did not have one of these. I don't have a large home. I would not have found space for this. It's basically a little baby jail of a safe area for them to play. It depends on your home, depends on your lifestyle. Maybe if you have a dog and you want to keep them separate, this could be a great item. I don't know that I would use it in, say, a playroom, because I feel like a playroom should be safe everywhere for baby. So it kind of defeats the purpose there, but maybe in your main living room, but then that might look a little strange as well. So not sure where I would use this or exactly how I would use this, but I could see it in a situation where you have an animal that you want to keep separate. So, okay. Next we have a foam playmat. Might be going inside of that little baby jail. Don't see anything wrong with that, especially with how many homes nowadays have hardwood instead of carpet. So could be a nice cushion for baby to play on. And third, let's see, this is the Baby Bjorn bouncer. This is expensive. This is the nice bouncer. You could find a much more affordable bouncer. Now, this one is very beautiful. It looks very nice. I don't hate bouncers in general as an item, but I would not personally get one at this price range. Okay, we're moving on to let's see, burp washcloths. I think these are just like burp cloths. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, I think these are burp cloths. So that's fine. Nice little set of them. And then after that, we have washcloths. Now, I will say, whether these are burp cloths or washcloths, I like one matching set. So when you do laundry, everything folds and stacks very nicely. So that would be my recommendation there. If you notice these Burt's Bees, yes, they're different colors, but they're going to be the same size and same shape when folding and put away. So like that. Okay, bath supplies. We got this little bath boat. Okay, that's kind of expensive for a random toy, but whatever. Then we have this whale. This is to rinse baby's head. I would just use a random cup. I would not spend money on this. If I were going to spend money on a bath time accessory, it would be the whale, or different animals, but I've seen whales, where it covers the spout of the bathtub so they can't hit their little head on it. I would buy that before I would buy this cup. And then we got a body wash thing. I don't like to comment on hygiene products. It's up to you how natural you go and what you're comfortable with. I will say do not buy in bulk because you don't know what's going to work well for your baby. And then finally here we got some hooded towels. I see nothing wrong with hooded towels in general. I will say no measurements listed here. We could dive deeper, but I'm not going to take you to that screen. Go for a large size. Go for toddler towels instead of baby towels. And do not get a 30 by 30. Try to get more like a 40 by 40 or even 48 by 48 because baby's going to outgrow them so quickly. So toddler towels, that is my tip there. Okay, I love that they put diapers on here. It tells you what kind of diapers they like. I'm a fan of buying people diapers because I know that item will get used. So I respect that. Some people think it's tacky. I 100% do not. And then you got the butt diaper cream spatulas. These are not a need. If you're on a tight budget, you don't need this item, but I do like it. I tend to have long fingernails, so I like it. I only needed one. I never took it in the diaper bag, and we only had one diaper changing station in our home. Now, if you have a multi-level home, you may have two different changing stations, so I could see you possibly needing two. Butt paste, again, you do what you're comfortable with. Wipes. I love that they showed you which wipes they would like to get. That way you can purchase them. And finally, this one here with diapering. I don't like diaper pails. Honestly, they're one of the items that bother me the most on baby registries because they're just gross, and just use the trash can. Just use a trash can. Take your trash out regularly. I can't relate. I can't relate to a diaper pail. Never would I get one. Never ever. If I was going to do anything, I would buy a trash can to put in the nursery, say if it's on the second floor. But I would just use a normal trash can so that maybe later in life you can use that trash can as a trash can, like say a garage trash can in the future or something. A diaper pail is only a diaper pail. So not a fan, wouldn't get it. Okay, next we have some bottles. Nothing wrong with bottles, but I will say these are only 4 ounce. Don't get the 4 ounce, get the 8 ounce. Because if you buy these 4 ounces, then later you're going to need 8 ounces. So then you're like rebuying, you're buying more items versus just having big bottles from the get go. Just saying. Now these bibs, okay, so these ones are more like a cotton bib, and then these ones are more like a silicone. If these are for baby when they're like bottle feeding, cool. If they're using them as like a spit rag type bib, cool. These are great. The silicone are great for toddlers with food, like real food. I would have one for home, one for the diaper bag, and then possibly like one for if you need it for daycare or maybe for like a grandparent's house. So options there. And then typically they are dishwasher safe, so having an extra might be nice if you want to run one in the dishwasher and then have one out to use. So love those. These pacifier thingies, what are they called? Like Wubbanubs? I don't know. I'm not crazy about them. I know it'll help you not lose them. You could have less pacifiers, which is great, but I have heard things about the weight of them, like pulling on your baby's mouth and doing damage to their teeth. So be careful on that. Baby monitor. So hopefully this is a nice enough baby monitor. The price makes me a little nervous. Hopefully it will last them. We have the Vava baby monitor. And if you want to hear more on that, I can talk about that more later, but we love it. Now we got some pacifiers. They're the pretty kind. Okay, use what you want. I didn't buy the pretty kind. Some Aveeno lotion. Again, don't buy too much in bulk, although Aveeno ideally is fine. Nope. You don't need this item. The bath time thermometer. Put your hand in the water. You can tell the temperature. You don't need this item. Okay, we have some swaddles. In my experience, these are pretty large and they don't necessarily serve one purpose. They're sort of like a jack of all trades. I used mine as like a blanket at a park. I used it as a nursing cover in a pinch. I used it as a burp rag in a pinch as well. I used it to tuck my baby into the car seat like in the wintertime when it was cold. They just sort of had a multi-purpose in my home. They didn't have one specific job. So I like them, but they're not like 100% a need. And then we got this Ollie swaddle. It's interesting. It's very expensive for one swaddle. Now, a lot of babies are going to wiggle out of this. So if they don't really want to be swaddle people and they just want this for the first couple of weeks, then I think this could be great at baby naturally getting out of the swaddle. I will say only having one is going to be inconvenient because they are going to spit up on it. They are going to have potential blowouts. And what are you going to do when it's in laundry? So I recommend at least getting two, but that's outrageous to get two. So I don't know on that. That's a tough one. Swaddling it's a tough topic. Okay, next we have this like Moses basket style changing station. Now I like the little basket. I have a diaper caddy as I call it, and it keeps you organized and it keeps your stuff together. It's great. I don't need this. I don't need the changing thing. I changed my baby on a bed in the room. Like for one of my kids, we had a larger bed, and then the other one we had like a twin. And those were my changing station. I didn't change them on a dresser. So can't totally relate to that. $60 isn't awful, but I will say they're going to outgrow that before you know it. Now we got the bassinet. I am anti-bassinet, and this is the reason why. That's $250, and this thing is only going to last maybe 4 months, maybe 5. Depends on the size of your baby and how quickly they are rolling and such. But this item is so short-lived. I am a fan of putting baby in the crib from day one. You can sleep in baby's room with them if you are able to have another bed in there, or the crib possibly could fit in your master bedroom, depending on your home and your situation. So consider that instead of a bassinet. Totally up to you though. All right, we got a bopping nursing pillow. I nursed 2 babies, each for about 14, 15 months, and I did not use a nursing pillow. When they were newborns, I used a pillow off our guest bed, and then I just quit using a pillow. You're not going to take this to restaurants, so how are you going to feed your baby? You're not going to take to family outings, how are you going to feed your baby? I just don't find it to be like a need. And also, it's more short-lived than you realize. First of all, you might not be successful breastfeeding. I want you to be, and I have plenty of other videos to help you along with that. But what if you literally try breastfeeding for like 3 days, and then you give up, you're not going to do it, and then you have this nursing pillow? I would wait to get one. Honestly, I wouldn't get one at all. And I didn't get one. And if I had another baby today, I would not get a nursing pillow. I would make do without it. So it's my opinion. Let's see. We got breast milk storage bags. If you plan on pumping at all, then yes, you're going to need them. Now, I will say if you're a stay-at-home mom and you are going to have baby with you, you might not do much of a freezer stash. You don't need to have a lot of extra milk if baby's with you. Up to you though in your supply. Reusable nursing pads. So I like reusable and disposable for varying reasons, and I will link that video as well. I think these are great. I don't know if I would have gone with a set of colors. I think I would have just gone with all white. That's what I actually did when I had my babies. Then you're not like matching them or worried about them showing through clothing. Like white works with everything. So sometimes simple is best, especially when you're super busy with a newborn. Okay, now we got some nipple butter. If I had to get one single breastfeeding item, it would have been this for the newborn phase. Don't get a ton, because before you know it, you won't need it. You only need it the first month or so. It just depends. But get small amounts, maybe one for the diaper bag, one for at home. I didn't really need it in the diaper bag because when we were on outings, usually I didn't bother with it. But if you're really desperate, that would be on my must-have list for sure. Now, this LV Curve Manual Wearable Breast Pump. I feel like this is a Haka, but the LV brand, and I don't know that I'm feeling it. Just based on the shape and the style and the look of it, I don't think it would be an item I would be interested in getting. So yeah, I probably wouldn't go for that. Now we got a nursing cover. Great. I'm breastfeeding mama, pro breastfeeding, and I was pro cover. So good for you. Oh my gosh. No way. This baby Bjorn toy for that bouncer is $60. That's ridiculous. How much was that bouncer? Take you back up to the top here. Okay, that bouncer was $209. That's ridiculous. That's so outrageous. I can't with that. Nope. You can just toss them a ring or something to hang on to. No go. No go. Let's move on from that. That's outrageous. So next we have this like portable fan that can go on the stroller. I like that because honestly, you could use that for 10 years. Like you could just continue to use that. Maybe in the future your kids are getting older. Maybe they're in a wagon. You could still strap that on. I like baby items that aren't baby items. So total fan of that. Go for it. Next we have a mirror for in the car. I use mirrors with my babies and I love them. I would say you only have one here. Do you have two vehicles? Consider getting two. Okay, next we are getting into sort of toys and books. This stuff is less neat. It's more fun. So these little tool teethers. And then we got an ABC engineering book. So somebody must be an engineer or something of the sort. So those are just like fun things to kind of honor mom or dad's profession. So cool. Okay, these two teething toys. They're fine. They're not expensive. They're fine. You don't need that many things for teething, but they're all right. Now, these blocks. I love toys like this where you can literally give this toy to a newborn. They're not going to hurt themselves, but they could still potentially use this toy at 2 years old. So love the silicone blocks. And also, if you notice this baby's about to eat it, it can be a teething toy. Throw one in the freezer, get it cold, and they might enjoy it that way. Okay, next we have some books. Let's see. Must be religious. Great, totally support that. And then we have some astrophysics. That's kind of expensive on that one, but if that's important to them, that's all right. Okay, next we have a keepsake pregnancy journal. So I would question doing a pregnancy journal versus a baby book. Sometimes baby books have a pregnancy section in the beginning, so interesting choice. I would do a baby book or have a baby book on here, so that's interesting. All right, we got an electronic nail trimmer set. I did not have one of these, but I will say it probably could have come in handy, so I won't hate on that one. Next, this Boone Cacti bottle cleaning brush set. So this is 4 little tools to clean bottles and cups. Not a need. It will come in handy, and I do have to admit it is cute. I hate having one more thing by the sink. I can't hate on it though. The little cactuses are cute. All right, we got a little Jesus nativity. Kind of expensive. These little people. Fisher Price little people. They must be expensive. Okay, now we have just a regular little fan. I don't know if they intend to use this in baby's room or outside of baby's room. Maybe for like some white noise. Again, it's not a baby item. This fan, they can keep their entire lives. Great. Child safety, if they need to do some baby proofing, go for it. Oh my goodness. The little fleece suit onesie thing. These are amazing. So I recommend getting the ones where the feet are closed and the hands will have like a cuff you can put over their fingers. So if winter is coming or fall parties are coming, when you have a little baby, it's hard to keep them warm. It's hard to keep shoes on them. It's hard to find like warm socks to put them in, and then you can't really put gloves on them. They're just gonna fall off. These bear suits keep them so stinking warm. You get your baby out of this thing and they're almost sweating. They're so toasty. So actually watch out for that and don't let them get too hot. They're amazing though. I was gifted one with my first baby, and then I ended up buying another one for their next winter and then a different one for my next baby. So it matched up with their season and winter. They're the best. They are awesome if you have to be outside with a little one. Okay, next we have a pack of silicone spoons. Cool. I have heard people complain about silicone like absorbing smells or the taste of soap. So watch out for that. Don't keep them forever. Make sure you do replace them. And maybe once your baby is done teething, go ahead and get metal spoons that are going to hold up better and longer. Extra tall baby gate, if they need it, no problem there. That is expensive though. Holy majoli. We live in a single story, so not our problem or situation. Next, we got these little baby booties. They're not in need, in my opinion, but they can come in handy, especially if your baby's like going to be over the winter, but they're not ready to be in shoes yet, where they are like 6 months during winter time. They are nifty. They are, so I can't hate on them too much. The hatch, we have the hatch. We have one for each of our children, and we introduced them when they were in the crib a little bit before they transferred it to the toddler bed, or we don't have toddler beds, but to their big bed. And it works great. You can set like green means daytime, like red means nighttime. You can change the sound, the settings. We love it. You can program it so it automatically turns on each night. Like our kids, for example, theirs turn red at 8 o'clock. And I love the hatch, so I can't speak highly enough about that, and I will link some information on that as well. And finally, laundry detergent. I don't see the need to buy laundry detergent. If the stuff you're using isn't good enough for your baby, maybe you need to look more at what you're using. And also, if you're using a different type, I feel like in the washer, things get mixed as far as like the soaps. So I wouldn't bother. And that is it for this baby registry. So I hope that gave you some thoughts, tips, advice, and helps you make your registry just a little bit better.
After looking through that baby registry, a couple quick things that come to mind. There was no stroller, there was no car seat. They may have already purchased those items themselves or haven't decided yet, but those are obviously more of the essentials. I did not see a actual crib or crib mattress, crib sheets. I would go ahead and start thinking crib. I know some people don't want to buy too far into the future, but that bassinet's actually not going to last you that long, so I would look towards a crib. Another item that you're going to need sooner than you realize would be a high chair or a booster seat. I'd personally recommend a booster seat that straps into a chair at your kitchen table. That's my personal preference. I would go ahead and put that on there and think a little bit forward. That's something that you do use in the first 12 months. And I think when you're focused on your baby registry, you don't want to exclusively get newborn items. I think it's perfectly respectable to get anything for the first 12 months. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to learn more about the Vava baby monitor and check out my full review, let's go ahead and click that next video coming up now.